this is Antonio, and I'm sitting here with our client Hide, our fantastic client Hide, and our client has become conversational in only 2 months. Okay, and I thought I'm just inviting him for an interview to talk about the story on how exactly we have helped him to get there, and also inspire you to become conversational. So first of all, congratulations, Hide. Well done.
Gracias.
Perfecto. So, well, first of all, I would like to talk a little bit in Spanish, just a little bit, so you can show your level of Spanish, your fantastic level of Spanish, by the way. So, en primer lugar, ¿podrías presentarte?
Sí, sí. Soy Hide, Hide de Groot. Soy de Países Bajos, de Holanda, y vivía en un pueblo muy cerca de Utrecht, muy central, en Holanda. Y hace 4 años yo vivo en Barcelona. Y en Barcelona trabajo en ventas, en una empresa en software, con muchos clientes internacional también, y trabajo por el país de Holanda, en holandés. Y me gustó mucho la comida de Barcelona y explorar los restaurantes también. Y tengo 27 años.
Fantástico. And now I would like to ask you about the experience here working together. So first of all, I would like to ask you, how did you feel before starting here the program? So before these 2 months working together.
Yeah, well, basically, if I look at the last year, for example, I think that this is best. I've been living in Barcelona for a long time. At least I think for 4 years is a long time. And I didn't speak Spanish until, when I started the program. Of course, during 4 years, you learn a lot of words, but you cannot make a sentence. Yeah, you can make a sentence when in a restaurant because you do this almost every day. So you know how to say something, but not exactly what you are saying. It didn't bother me that much until it was 10 months ago, we got a dog. And now, when for all the small talks, I was super embarrassed because you meet a lot of Spanish people. I know how to say I lived in Barcelona for 4 years, and then I had to switch to English. So this was quite difficult. But I also never had the structure of studying on a daily basis. So I had some courses with 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week, and this I did it twice. But still, I was not manageable to get conversational, because in the end, of course, you have a different preference for work, for example, or you have some, you're focusing on sports, you're trying some new hobby. But Spanish was never, a focus area. But when we met, I believe that I had to reconsider the way we were studying Spanish.
Exactly, and I remember perfectly, because in our first call, I remember that, you knew some vocabulary, but you couldn't put it into sentences, into proper sentences. And even before the 2 months, in 1 month, you were able already to express yourself very good. And I told you, and now it's after 2 months, and it's way better. And I would like to ask you, how do you feel after having completed these 2 months together and become conversational in Spanish?
Very eager, so eager to learn, because in the end, you see that that when you practice on a daily basis, you get coached. In this case, on a daily basis, you learn a lot from your mistakes, but you're eager to learn more. So every day you're. I'm happy that I can learn something new. The program is very well structured, so you know that of course, you have some repetition in exercises, for example, but you learn a new topic, which you can put in practice every day. So the drive to study is a lot higher when I had different classes or courses before. Yeah.
And also nowadays, how do you get up every morning? And so how does your, let's say, your everyday life look like in Barcelona, in Costa Brava nowadays, for example?
And work-wise, I would say, of course, it's the same. So wake up at 8:30 or 9, sometimes a bit later, usually 8:30, because in Spain, we tend to work a bit longer than in the Netherlands, for example. But I always make sure that there's 1 hour of blocked agenda of practice a day, which I do see as a bit of relaxation, because it's the same as reading a book, you know. For me, it's the same as studying a new language or studying something which you love. But I just know that every day from 6 to 7, or if it's not possible for a meeting, for example, you schedule it in the afternoon. So of course you need to be a bit more organized. But yeah, you have a daily structure, you know, you have your podcast, we have the exercises, we have the one-on-one time. So yeah, you always find a spot to practice Spanish. And which does also mean that I tend to go out a bit more in Barcelona. I walk a bit more with the dog, because, you know, the conversations are there. I'm a bit more comfortable. You know, like as an example, I didn't arrange my it's the empadronamiento, you know, for the health.
Yeah.
I didn't arrange it for 4 years, because you have to go to the office, and then you, of course, you need to explain, and the level of English at a municipality is not that good. But yeah, I fixed it 2 weeks ago. You know, so I do a bit more often outside. I tend to involve myself more in the Spanish community.
And actually, I remember also after 1 month or something like that, you told me, "Hey, Tony, I was having a call with the bank talking about the credit cards," and you sent me the screenshot, because you felt already that confidence to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And that was fantastic. And well, more situations also with the driving license. A lot of situations. It's fantastic. And also, what did you like the best so far? Okay, what did you like the best so far about the program?
For me, it's clearly the structure and the one-on-one contact. So with the different programs, your interval with the sessions are less, which means that during the studies, you tend not to focus that much. You prepare your homework, so to say, for the next course. But for me, the study is both that it's structured perfectly from A1 to B2. So you have a clear way of working. You know what you're working towards, but mainly the personal contact. So the daily contact, the daily feedback, sometimes also, which I find good, the daily pressure. So if there's a day at work, it had to be said, because if there's a day at work in which you have a very long day, you tend to forget something which is very important, in this case, learning Spanish in a certain time frame. So yeah, just a very polite reminder, like, hey, what happened yesterday? Okay, because sometimes I also did my Spanish, but I didn't show it to you. So I think that this is a very important trigger for anyone. To of course stay motivated and stay on track and have this structure always clear, so that you know what the goal is and how to reach it. Yeah.
Perfect. And also because also you are extremely busy also with your job, you have a lot of commitments, and also you are traveling a lot, and you are still there committing, and that's great. That's great, because other busy professionals, they are worried about this. They are very worried before, but it's possible. It's possible. So it's doable. Definitely. You are here doing it. So
no, I agree. I completely agree. When I started the program, of course, you doubt and you think it's a lot. You can always break it up. You know, 1 hour per day is easily found. You can either wake up a bit earlier. You stay up a bit later. It's
exactly
during a break, listening a podcast during a break, doing some videos, some repetition. Yeah, in the end, exactly. You can pack it into a busy schedule.
Yeah, completely. And also, well, we talk a little bit about this, but yeah, maybe you can add something. So how did it impact, just let's say, your personal life there?
It made it a bit easier. It also made it a bit easier for my girlfriend and myself, because of course 1 year ago my girlfriend did all the calls. If we had something to be arranged, if it's for the apartment, if we had a delivery coming, if we had to make an appointment or indeed go to the bank, I had the luxury that my girlfriend speaks Spanish, which made it for me very easy, of course, not to put so much pressure on studying Spanish. And I see now that I can take over this role bit by bit, like doing stuff mutual together, trying to go out a bit more, going indeed, arranging something for the house, arranging something for the insurance. So yeah, it made my life a bit easier. And of course, yeah, I walk with the dog more often, or I tend to go more to public places, because now I enjoy having a conversation, in which I tried to avoid it half a year ago. Yeah.
Of course, you don't have that fear, and well, that's fantastic, because also she feels more released.
Yeah,
I can imagine, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, no, same.
And also, I'm just wondering, who would you recommend this program to, 𝗧𝗍𝗃?
I think for anyone trying to start studying Spanish, first of all, but also people who are stuck at a certain level. So in the end, you of course notice that there are certain situations, or that there's a certain level of Spanish which you want to develop, but it's not possible. So, but also for freshly new students, people who just came to Barcelona or Spain, for example, like it's the right approach to tackle and start. Yeah, you need to start well. So invest well in yourself, and try to get conversational in let's say 4 months, because it's making your life quite easy. Yeah.
Of course.
So yeah, also for advanced students, but I do feel for anyone new to Spain, or struggling with studying Spanish with the usual approaches, because I believe that in every language it's quite usual to take evening courses. But yeah, try to invest just a couple of months, which seems a long time, but in the end, time flies when you're having fun, right? So
exactly.
Yeah, for everyone new in Spain or living here and struggling to study Spanish. Yeah.
Perfecto. Pues muchas gracias, 𝗧𝗍𝗃.
De nada.